Hello, everybody, people of YouTube, Sneeze followers, Stitch followers. My name is Tom. I'm the co-founder of Sneeze and Stitch Leggings, and this is the first real installment in the Triple S challenge. So that's the Stitch, Sneeze, and Shopify 100K monthly recurring revenue challenge. And this is a challenge that we set only just a few days ago. That it aims to take the Stitch Leggings e-commerce brand that runs on Shopify and a piece of software called Sneeze.io to 100K per month. And so maybe once a week or twice a week, I'm going to upload videos here showing exactly what we're doing to achieve that goal. Currently, monthly recurring revenue in dollars, or in March, it was about 6.5K, and we're going to try and push that up to 100K over the rest of this year, and I'm going to document everything. Now, a quick update on our progress. The first video came out only, I believe, on the 2nd of March. And so you can see our goal for April is 10K US dollars. We're kind of on target for that. We probably need about 330. Our goal for April was actually 10K pounds, and we're kind of on target for that. So just keeping the Facebook ads running to keep that £300 revenue coming in each and every day should be okay. However, as you can see, some of these days here, we need to get 330 to get the 10K, right? And we're under that here on these days. Yesterday, and that was only 206 on the first. And so basically, we're going to need a big boost, really, to just cover those days that are not hitting 330 if we want to hit the 10K in April. You can see this is a big day, the second, and we hit the goal, but we're going to need probably like a 1K day during this period, or like a couple of 500 pounds days to be able to hit the 10K goal for April. And so that is why I'm recording this video now, because this video is going to be entitled, let me find this, the 1K physical product launch formula. Now, all of you, or maybe some of you watching, are aware of Jeff Walker's product launch formula, where he teaches you how to do multi-trillion-dollar online launches with information products. So they're extremely possible, and it's an amazing method. I've been through that method a couple of times myself. But this is slightly different because it's for a physical product that's much lower priced. And we're only going to be looking, with the leggings company, looking to sell 20 or 30 pairs on the launch, right? Ranging from at the £35 or approximately $45 price point. And so what I'm going to outline now is a method that I'm going to be implementing probably in the next week or two to get that 1K day, either in pounds or dollars, so we make sure we hit the 10K in the month for April. So that is what this is part one, because the launch hasn't actually happened, but some preparation for the launch has happened. So I'm going to go through what that is today. I'm going to try and outline the plan for the launch in this video. And then in the next video, or the video after that, I'm going to share the results and exactly what happened during the launch. So that is what you have to expect in this video. And I'm going to get started right now. You may have to bear with me because I'm going to be outlining everything on this software that I haven't actually used that much before. So I'm going to be drawing stuff around here. But let me quickly explain sort of the origins of this launch technique. They come from Jeff Walker's product launch formula, and also a launch technique from Frank Kern, or promotion technique from Frank Kern, called the survey siphon. So sort of combine those two together for something that does work for the leggings store. Like we have 21 designs of leggings at the moment, and we do specific launches whenever we bring out a new pair to try and add scarcity and to boost sales for that pair in that month. And usually we just add small discounts for the launch period for specific people, and we'll go into that. And then the leggings just go on sale normally. So that's our strategy for bringing out new designs. We always do a kind of internet marketing-ish launch, but not in the same way. Not in the I've kind of been adapted for the physical product launch. So this is what we're going to talk about here. And so for you in your store, if you have new products that you want to bring in and you have a tribe of people that are passionate about the brand, then you can use this method to get that little boost in sales during the month when you bring the new product in. So let's get started. And when sort of trying to understand when you're planning any launch, it's very useful to understand what assets you have. And so what I'm going to do here is sort of just outline the assets that Stitch Leggings has. So we have probably 3 different assets. We have an email list, we have social following, and we also have custom audiences on Facebook. So I'm just going to quickly write this down. So we have email, we have social, and then we also have Facebook custom audiences. So these are the people that know us that we can sort of promote to during this launch. I'm just going to move him up. And so the question is then, what are we going to do with these different types of people? Now what I've already done, that happened probably about a month ago, was I sent an email and I promoted it on social media, asking people to give feedback, asking the tribe to give feedback on what they'd actually like to see in terms of the next legging design. Now this is a bit sneaky because we'd actually already decided what the designs were going to be. We just want to sort of then take those images or those potential designs to our customers and ask them which one they liked the most. So here's the first step, is taking those social and email lists and running a survey, and I'll show you the results of the survey in a second, for people to give you an input on what they'd actually like to see. Ignore my terrible handwriting. I'll probably get an image of this map to share with you shortly. I'll link that below. Now, we sent out a survey, which we can see here, to the complete email list and all social following, so posts on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, that basically just asked them, I'll show you how this works right now, which pattern do you like the most? So we'd actually already selected these patterns and we were going to design them, but we just wanted to get people's input. And then we take the email address. And then that loads into 3 different segregated email lists within our autoresponder. And you can see we got 165 responses. The complete email list is about 1,300. And so that was good. And this comes from Frank Kern. He basically says, when you get people to give an input to something, they're more invested and would be more likely to potentially buy that thing. So we now have a list, 4 different lists actually, of people that prefer each different design. So we've actually already released this design last month. And so this basically means you can target your launch messages to people that actually selected that design or people that didn't select that design, and it gives you a reason to give them a little discount code so they are more likely to buy. So you're going to run all of the assets that you have, so email and social, we'll talk about Facebook custom audiences in a minute, into a survey to segregate. So you have like the rest of your list that didn't respond, and then you have 4 or however many options you had in your survey, different segregated lists. And so I would actually do that if you're launching numerous products. I would actually order them yourself, but then still ask for that opinion to get the investment from your tribe. And so you're going to have that segregation, and then after that you can then move into the launch sequence itself. So I'm going to go here, and then we usually send about 4 to 5 emails per launch, which will also be complemented by Facebook ads. So I'm just going to write out these emails here. So there's going to be 5 emails. But then these 5 emails are also going to go to different, not everyone on the normal list is going to get every email. And so I'm going to have to write some notes here because it might get a little bit complicated. But first email that goes to a segment, or that goes to the people that have jumped into the survey. Well, actually, maybe it's easier if I just segment the 3 groups. So we're going to have, I'm going to do this. So here we're going to have, your email list is going to be in 3 groups. So it's going to be it's going to be which are people that have selected that design, that product, and there's B that took part in the survey but didn't select that product, and there's C the rest of the email address. So each of these 3 groups of people are actually going to get different messages during the campaign to maximize the return. And so over those 5 emails, I actually wouldn't send email number 1 or 2 to the people that are just on the normal email list, and they come into the launch at email 3. Okay, and we're back in. So to recap, we're going to be sending 5 different emails to the launch, and there's 3 different segments of the email list that we're going to send to. Now, that's kind of the survey part of the launch to get that segmentation, but the other sort of theme over the launch has to be sort of selected and custom built that's like connected to your brand and the mission. And so I like to have, for every launch, to have one sort of underlying theme that speaks about a problem or an issue or something good in the world, and then brings them through a journey that ultimately leads with, if it's a problem, that the solution would be buying the product, or if it's a good thing, you still bring them through the journey, but they can sort of get more of the good thing or join the party by buying the product as well. So the solution normally is buying the product, of course, because we're doing a product launch, but there's something else that you want to connect to. Now, for this launch, what I am doing is sort of jumping onto this issue. It is about the issue with some girls not being let onto an American Express or a United Airlines flight because they were wearing leggings. And so purely because this was like a national news story that went like pretty viral, everybody pretty much on the list probably should have heard about it. And it's just a good sort of emotional topic to get people not riled up about, but it's a good point of discussion, right? It's a good hook to get people paying attention to the launch. And so for email 1 here, which goes to every person on the list, I simply sent out, and I'll show you in a second. So I'm just going to put, no, not X. I'm going to put in a tick mark to show that everybody will get this email. So that's tick. And this email can actually be the same for everybody. So that's simple. And the idea of the email is just to get people's attention. It's not selling anything. It's just to get people sort of engaged and to get people paying attention. And so you can see the email here that I sent out. It's actually in Aweber. It is, here we go. So you can see we didn't get any click-through rates because I wasn't selling anything. I'm just going to get the email up so you can actually see it. Direct link. And so the email is just me saying, hey, what do you think about this? And I put an image of that tweet and all of the massive like retweets and all of the social proof there. And I say, we're about to issue an official statement on this legging scandal, and we'll potentially include your quote. So here I'm just drawing people's attention to something slightly controversial, but I'm also saying that we are going to do something about this, and we again would like your opinion. So again, as well as people taking part in the survey here, I'm also giving them an opportunity to engage with us again. Now, I don't normally do that second engagement piece on every launch. It's just because we've been launching pairs of leggings almost every month now, haven't really given any content or that much value to the list. So here I'm trying to engage people without selling anything. And so that's what I like to do with the first email, is just sort of get people engaged or not riled up, but maybe slightly emotional about a topic, and maybe just ask their opinion to get people's engagement. And you can see that here we have, if I go to inbox, all of these replies from people giving their opinion on that email. And so once I have that, I can then move to the next email. And the next email is not going to go to the main list. It's just going to go to people that took part in the launch, that took part in the survey. And one quick point, actually, I did kind of mention, to kind of refer to the fact that we were going to send potentially launch a new pair of leggings at the end of this email, just so people are slightly aware. And then in email number 2, you're going to continue the story with the piece of content from email number 1, but you're also going to give a heads up that you're launching a new pair of leggings to everybody, to the world, very shortly. And that because these people took part in the survey, whether they got it right or not, they get a special discount code and early access. So this is what I'm going to do when, like in the next few days, is probably send out an email saying, we're going to launch this pair of leggings. We only have 20 pairs, which is actually true. I think we have 25. We only have 25 pairs in stock. Here's a special discount code because you helped us select this pair of leggings. In B's email, they're the people that didn't actually select the pair of leggings, so I can say, actually, like, you still participated, but we didn't choose these for you, but I still want to thank you anyway. Here's a small discount code. And then for A, we'd be like, thank you so much. You selected the right pair of leggings. We're launching them now. Here's a slightly bigger discount code. And so I send that email out to all those people, basically saying that we only have this much. We're also releasing these to the world in a couple of days to thank you for taking part. Here's a small discount code. And that is going to get great click-through rates. It's going to get great conversion rates. So that's email 2. Then email 3 is just a final bit of scarcity before you open up to the full list, saying literally in 12 hours, I'm sending an email to the whole rest of the list. We're pushing this out on Facebook and on our other social media channels. We still only have, like, we've sold 10, we have 15 left, and I'd be true about those numbers. If you want to jump in now, here's our discount code again, and really thank you for taking part in the survey. But all of those sales messages in 2 and 3 are still connected with this story. So I'll probably say something about how it was so outrageous that these people weren't allowed on the plane. Let's take a stand. Let's take a stand for people that wear leggings, and we've released this pair and we're giving you a discount just so we can take that stand. Like, that's an example. That's not how I might not actually say it like that, but that's just an example. Obviously, I'm going to share all of the emails and the results in the next video. And then email number 4, you can actually, well, I actually wouldn't send email number 4. So I send the email number 4 to the main list would actually want to send to these people. So I wouldn't actually send this. I'd do a cross there. And email number 4 would just be very similar to email number 2, the launch list, but you take out that scarcity stuff. You wouldn't say thank you for participating in the survey because they didn't actually participate in the survey. And then you're sort of into the full launch sequence. So by this point, we probably would have sold maybe 15, 20 pairs after this email. And then I'm actually going to add one other email. Then you do like the classic Jeff Walker stuff where you have the cart open for, or you say this discount code is only available for the launch period, which is 3 days, and you know there are only 25. And so just in the middle email, email number 5, this can actually be the same to everybody now. You just say, look, we have this many pairs left, and the discount code is going to expire in 3 days. Now, again, I don't just send emails telling people to buy. I send emails connecting with that mission and story and the brand and what we're doing and how it's going to help the cause, right? So just bear that in mind when I'm saying this. And then obviously email number 6 is like the discount code is expiring now. We have however many pairs you have left on that day or products you have left on that day before closing. And then if you do sell out the product, awesome. You have it sold out on your site, or you allow people to pre-order and then you get more of them in. Or you just keep selling the product, but they can't get that discount anymore that you're including in this launch. So that's the survey. That's the sort of the part of the launch where you connect it with a recent story, and that's how you segment to those different lists. And what we haven't spoke about yet, and I'll put this in a different color, is Facebook custom audiences. So what I'm going to be doing with these is I'm only going to advertise. I'm actually going to do an offer ad. I've never done one of these before, but I'm going to try it with Facebook. Is I'm going to give the discount code that comes into the main list at number 4, and I'm going to promote that to people that have purchased, added to cart, and viewed content in the last probably 30 days, or maybe slightly bigger than that, maybe 60 days. And so I'm going to spend quite a bit of ad spend. I'm obviously going to test, but it's just going to be the offer ad, and I'm going to offer, I don't know how many discounts on Facebook, maybe just 10 of them, and get them all taken, and then use that to target our warm audience as well. So as well as email, also using Facebook to get that message to them at the same time. And I'm pretty confident that this method is going to sell out of the 25 pairs that we have, which will be at an average cost of £35, 25, get us to 875. So maybe we actually need, in order to get that 1K, so that's 875 GBP in USD. So yeah, just over 1,000. So I'm pretty confident that this method is going to get us to that number. I'm just checking if there's anything else I need to show you. No, that's everything. So I'm going to give a very quick overview now again. When jumping into any launch for a physical product, understand, or any launch at all, understand what assets you have. You can tell here that nothing here is promoted to cold traffic. I'll go into the Facebook strategy at a later date, but cold traffic we send to get people into a custom audience and then to get people on the email list, but we'll go over that in a second. But so the launch is just to internal people, or people that are already engaged with your brand. And you understand what assets you have, and then you segment those people, get people to invest, and then offer different sort of routes through the launch for different people that have invested different amounts, right? So there are 2 opportunities for people on our email list or social channels to invest, and that was into the survey to help select which product, even though we kind of decided on them already, but then also to get an opinion on a recent event. Now, it's not, I don't always select a recent event to like jump on. Sometimes I'll tell a story about a previous customer, and that will be the theme of the launch. Or sometimes I'll tell a story about our brand, and that will be the theme of the launch. But it is very useful at any opportunity in any emails to get people to engage and respond, because that's going to help you really, once someone has invested, they're much more likely to invest again, right? So that's like the psychological principle. What I haven't mentioned in this video is also like the psychological triggers, so like scarcity, urgency, authority, social proof. So basically the book Influence by Robert Cialdini, I would recommend reading that before doing any launch, because that just outlines the different threads you can put through those emails and ads to boost your sales. Well, I won't go deep into that. Maybe that's a separate video. I'll link to that book below. I'd highly recommend reading that. So just to summarize, understand your assets, get people to invest, have different different routes through the launch for different people that have invested different amounts. Only promote stuff to people that have already engaged with you, both through email and Facebook custom audiences. So that is the 1K physical product launch formula. It's going to be implemented probably in the next week or two, and I'll share like all of the emails, all of the ads, all of the numbers as that happens in the next video. And just to sort of place this back into the greater vision, we're on the mission to go from, I guess, $6.5K in March to 10K pounds, then maybe like 11, 12K hopefully in April, and then moving this forward and scaling up to hopefully $100K during 2017. So with that, my name's Tom. Any questions you have about launching physical products to get 1K revenue? I know it's not that big, but I think these can be scaled as you build your audience. Just drop them in the comments below. I'm more than happy to answer everyone. And if you have any questions about anything else we talk about, then just drop them in there. I answer them in the videos. So thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful